So we're about to start our fall gardening. And so in this video, we're going to show you what seeds to start in August. And we're going to start right now. What's going on, YouTube Gardener? It's your boy Sydney from the Naked Gardener channel. In this video, we're going to show you what seeds we're going to start for the month of August. Now, if you're wondering what seeds to start, all you have to do is go to the Farmer's Almanac. I'll put the link down below. All you do is put your zip code in there, and it will tell you your first frost date, your last frost date, and how long is your growing season. Now, normally for ours in Zone 8A, our last frost date is around March 18th. So what we normally do is plant accordingly from there. We'll add a 2 weeks to that. And we won't put anything out into the ground until about 2 weeks after that day. Now, unfortunately, this year, we had another quick frost date that happened around April. So it kind of killed off a lot of things. But something that you just have to take with the good and the bad. Now, for our first frost date is going to be around November 17th. So we want to plant everything, be ready to harvest around the first week of November. That way, if it does get our frost date, we'll be prepared for it. If the frost date lasts up to like the end of November, we're still good to go from there. Now, out of 365 days out of the year, we have about 243 days of growing season. So we're going to show you what we're going to be growing and getting prepared for the fall garden. We're going to start with the lettuces. Now we're going to be growing a lot of lettuce. We were very productive with growing a lot of lettuce last year, so we're going to keep on with that. We're also going to expand on our lettuces. For instance, we're going to do some red velvet. We did the spicy mix last year, and those were a big hit. We did those in a bunch growing area. We also did some romaine lettuce, and we're going to try these Marvel Four Seasons. It's a red packet here, and we thought kind of want to do a variety of a red and purple, and so we want to make sure that gets into our garden here. These were a big hit last year with us. These were the red sail lettuce, and we're going to continue on with those. And then we're going to go over to the brassicas. We had grew some cabbage last year, but they were only about a pound size head. So we're looking for a very bigger variety, large size of cabbages. So we're going to try this Glory of, I'm put the description down. I can't say this. I don't want to mess it up. It's some German cabbage. It's supposed to grow about 2 to 3 pounds. So we're looking forward to that. Another brassica that wasn't too successful on. Well, we were able to grow it, but we wasn't able to grow large sprouts. Were the Brussels sprouts. So we're going to try these again to see if we just don't have a good luck with those. And like I said, our color that we're trying to go for is a purple variety of colors. So we're going to try these Purple Ladies bok choys. I think these will be very well. And I saw some people doing some fermenting and marinating and pickling of these. Also along with some stir fry. So those are going to be good to go from there. The next ones that we're going to try to do are the Georgia collards. Now, these were a big hit that we grew very well last year. I put a link on the card above to show you how we harvested, and also put a description below to show you how we did a vegan style collard greens. These were a big hit, and we're going to try to make sure they be a big hit this year. So we're going to be growing a lot of those. Next, we're going to do is the kohlrabi. Now, these kohlrabis, we tried these when we were in Montana. We were going to some farmer market, and they had some Hutterites. It's a German, what they call, like a
It's a
German.
religious sect, kind of like the Amish in a way.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Amish, and they let us try some of the regular early white kohlrabis, and they were kind of like a cabbage flavor to it. And you could eat it raw or stir fry. We grew them last year, just when we were about ready to harvest them. They started to go into flower, and so it was just a disappointment on there. So this year we're going to do the purple variety and the plain white variety. Next, we're going to do some leeks. We did some leeks last year, and those we just harvested some a while back. I don't think we did a video on it, but we've been harvesting a lot of these. And another thing that you can do is, of course, any type of lettuce or brassicas like kale. Oh, that's one thing I did put on there. Kale, we grew three types of kale. We did the dwarf curly kale, which we did put those in a lot of quiches and some stir fry in our sandwiches. And we also did the red Russian kale. Those were very hardy. And the kale that I really just grew to love last year was I think they're called Lacento kale, or AKA dinosaur kale. Those,
They're delicious.
yeah, I mean, they were able to take a stir fry that kept the flavor and the texture and everything. All right, the next one, we're gonna try to grow these again. These are the Tiny Tims from M.I. Gardner. These were a big hit during our summer. They were producing like hotcakes. The only thing I was mad about these is we didn't grow enough of these. We only grew 3 plants of these, and we should have grew about 10 of them.
And we should have done succession planting.
Yeah, we should have done succession planting, but with these, they normally, I think they go about 70 days, so we won't be able to do any. I don't think we'll be able to do any succession planting, but we'll see what we can do. I'm gonna start off about with 10 of these, and kind of go from there. The next one, you can also to do other types of nightshades, like depending on your growing season, you could do okra, peppers, and eggplants because they have a short growing season. I think they're harvesting. It takes them from seed to harvest about 70 to 80 days. So find out what your first frost date is, and then go about let's say with 2 weeks plus the times it takes for it to harvest, and you'll be able to go from there. Uh, these were a good hit. The only thing with carrots, these are the purple carrots. We grew some of these last year. They were part of a mixed variety from Botanical Garden, I think it was. And those were like the sweetest carrots that we've ever tasted. So we're definitely gonna be trying to hit these hard this year. Uh, if you like carrots, or even if you don't like carrots, try these purple, or try even the cosmic purple carrots. They are very sweet. The next thing is this is the artichoke. We just found out from a book that we were reading that the artichokes are actually a flower, and they, depending on what climate that you're in, like for us, they're considered a perennial flower. So when it gets to the cold season, just cut it off about 2 to 3 inches from the soil, and then when it'll come back the following year. If you're in a colder climate, what you want to do is put it in a large pot, so that way the roots will be able to not freeze over during the winter time frame. But these, we're going to be ready to start growing these, so that way come towards the end of fall, we're going to be harvesting a lot of these. All right, the other flowers that we're going to try to add are the key lime marigolds, and we're going to try to do some more borage. Now, we've tried these at our local community garden, and we love the taste of these. We haven't had any success after we plant them. They go out to good seedlings, and we harden them off, but once we get them to the ground, they just, for some reason, die off, or some insect is eating them off. I'm gonna try them one more time. If not, I'm gonna definitely, they're growing very well at our community garden, like I said, in one of our beds. So I'm gonna try them again one more time just to see how that is. And then the next one is the sweet alyssums. We definitely love how they bring out the pollinators for those, so we're gonna try those. The herbs that we're going to go with are parsley. It's a good time to grow parsley. We got two different varieties. We got the plain and single ones and the big Italians. And we're also going to be growing a lot of basil. Mrs. Neckegaard just made some pesto sauce, and I just started doing some propagating about 2 weeks ago, some basil that we have already in our garden, in our herb garden. And so I'm gonna grow some more of these so that way we can continue on with our pesto sauce and different other ways that we going to be incorporating the basil. These are the Italian large leaf and the basic Genovese basil. And the last item that we're going to be trying to grow for the month of August are these pole beans in our modified Three Sister Garden. These are the Trofino Violetto beans, I guess basically purple beans. And we're going to be trying to grow these. I'm going to get some bamboo shoots to make it into TP and allow those pole beans to grow up that, just in case if the corn that we've been growing haven't been doing too well because of the tree that's overcasting on those. Something that we're going to definitely fix coming up toward the end of the season when everything is dormant. Going to be cutting down a lot of those tree branches so that way we don't stress the plant. So that is what we're going to be growing for starting the seeds for the month of August. If you like some of these videos we did previously, I'll put a link right above there. And to the next video, let's grow together.